When it comes to the gear in Throne and Liberty, this heavily determines which classes you can do and how well you can play those classes. Whether or not you like gathering and crafting, or you just like going out and killing monsters. So let me show you how to start getting all the gear needed to progress your character. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Teddy, and today I'll be taking you down every single way you can go out and start getting all the armor and weapons needed in Throne and Liberty. So if you find this helpful, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on all those notifications, and let's just jump into it, shall we? Starting off, we're going to have to take a look at the gear. When it comes to any of the weapons and the armor in Throne and Liberty, armors and weapons that are crafted or dropped will have a secondary stat that will be random, so you will have to play around with which stat you're looking for and which ones are found on the item that was just dropped. So with that in mind, let's get into how to get these armors and weapons first. Starting off the list, we have the tutorial missions and just doing the quest. Doing the quest line will take you down and show you all of the ways to craft up your very own armor with the lithographs. And for completing your codex, does reward you with your first blue grade item. Materials that are used for crafting can also be found by clicking your crafting option. In here has a list of all the weapons, armors, and accessories, not to mention all the materials, where they can be found, the required materials needed to craft, and how many materials are required to craft up each item. Unfortunately, this won't show you where to go acquire the lithograph, but at least this will show you where to acquire each of the materials needed. Completing the contract quest is a great way of getting all of the materials needed for any of the weapon and armor crafting. Not to mention, sometimes you do get lucky and can complete a contract for any of the lithographs. This will change depending on your level and which region you're in. So if you're looking for the higher grade materials, you will have to do this at higher level areas. Remember, this is open beta and all of this is subjective to change. Of course, doing dungeons is another easy way to get items. You have your solo boss fights that can be done. These are kind of like a dungeon with just one boss there. Next, you have actual dungeons. These can be queued up either solo, with a group, guild, or you can queue up randomly with other random adventurers to go tackle your dungeon. Then we have the open dungeon. The Silius Abyss is another way to get all of those blue and purple grade items. The first floor and floor 2 is a peaceful zone, with floor 3 being more of a conflict zone, so if you guys have a rival guild, be careful. Another way to get your armor and weapons is to do the world bosses. Doing the world bosses is a great way of getting those purple grade items. There are a couple world bosses so far in open beta, so when release comes, expect to see more. Doing guild bosses will also have a chance of rewarding items. Another way, which is going to be a lot harder to do, is to randomly kill the monsters because they do have a chance of dropping certain items. You can easily click on the map, choose whichever zone, check the monster info, and see which items are dropped on which monsters. Again, this will take longer with a lower drop rate. Now, if you've gotten all of the extra items, if you found any by killing any of the monsters, a great way to get blue grade or purple grade items would be to turn in your weapons and armor into the lithograph book. In here, it will ask for select items. These can be found, like I said, either doing quests, going out there killing random monsters, or by crafting, turning them in, and your reward will be over here on this side. These will reward crafting materials, weapons, and armor. The last and final way is to go on to the auction house. When Throne and Liberty finally gets released, this auction house is going to be an easy way to go out and buy any of the items that you need. I wasn't able to check it out during beta because there was no weapons or armor listed. Using the auction house will require cash shop currency, so keep that in mind when the game does release. One thing to keep in mind when leveling, checking your leveling log will have certain requirements attached to each level that will give bonus rewards such as extra materials or just quality improvement books for passive skills, amongst other little bonuses. So be sure to check your leveling log and make sure you've completed any objective. Milestones are another way to go and get the materials needed for either crafting or leveling up any of your weapons, armor, or skills. Be sure to check out your milestones, see if there's any objectives in progress, and partake in it before you lose the chance. While in a guild, completing any of the guild contracts, you are rewarded with a chest at the very end for more progress made in the guild contract. These rewards can be accepted here, the rewards, and contain little items like materials for crafting, amongst other items. If I happen to miss any other ways to get any of the armor and weapons, let me know down in the comments below. With open beta not lasting long and release around the corner, I'm kind of excited to jump in and get my hands on more of the gear makeup to see just how and all I can customize my classes. I hope you've been enjoying Throne and Liberty just as much as me, and I hope to see you out there during release. If you want to see more Throne and Liberty content, be sure to check my channel out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there.